So next natin is the lecture 8, which is the airfoil characteristics for the supersonic flows. So for higher order approximations na tayo, where dito na tayo makakita ng applications for the airfoils, two methods are used to determine the pressure on the surfaces inclined to a supersonic airstream, where exact theory does not determine the general expressions kasi nga nagtatanggal tayo ng mga components. Now, for higher order approximations, ito na yung iti-take into account na natin not only yung mga assumptions natin na dapat naka-attach yung flow, but kung ano talaga yung nangyayari, which determines the general characteristics of two-dimensional airfoil shapes and other characteristics of wing platforms. So ito yung mga nangyayari doon. In higher order approximation, higher order forms are added, just as the second and the third. So, application of pressure coefficient that can be used to determine important aerodynamic characteristics. So, ang practical approach is to use second order approximation, which is more accurate than the first order method, pero much simpler than the third. So, sunod-sunod lang naman yan. So, ngayon, same as before, i-input nyo to sa Excel. So, ito yon for oblique shock wave, a coefficient D is introduced for correction in the non-isentropic flow losses across the wave. So, dito sa mga naunang formulas, di ba, approximations lang, but how about the losses? So, dito sa D, kino-consider na siya. Now, ito yung process for solving. Makuha nyo lang tong isa, madali na to lahat. Um, Medyo magulo, or not magulo, complicated talaga siya. But easy to follow naman yung process nito. Now, ito din for the lift and drag of a flat plate. Same lang din for the aerodynamic characteristics of a two-dimensional symmetrical double wedge airfoil. And for the depression differences over the front and rear hubs of the airfoil. So dito, may makukuha lang tayong slide na observation tayo. Pansinin dito sa lower, dito sa ating dynamic pressure, which ito yung negative and ito yung positive. Ang kailangan kasi natin is negative value or kailangan natin ng pressure differential. Dapat maging less. Yun kasi yung magkikreate sa atin ng lifting force. So kung mapapansin sa forward portion ng isang supersonic airfoil, more of positive pressure yung nakukuha. Then sa likod naman is yung negative pressure or pressure differential. For supersonic airfoils kasi, umaatras from the quarter chord point yung lift coefficient natin, yung CP. So, ngayon, ano yung nagkakos ng positive pressure? Yun yung shock wave. So, nakukuha yun. Mga ano lang, mga observations lang from graphs para nakakuha kayo ng information, hindi lang sa mga words. So, normal force coefficient, total chordwise force coefficient, drag due to lift, pare-pares lang na nanggaling lang sa Latius and von Karman equations. So, again, ito, isasama nyo lang din. Simple lang naman yan for solving. So, ngayon, ito din for the coefficient of movement about mid-chord, center, center of pressure about mid-chord. Pakaraming formula. Kaya pinapa-activity ko na lang sa inyo into an Excel file. So, ito yung mga sample problems na pwede nyong gamitin to identify kung tama ba yung mga pinagagawa nyo. Now, dito tayo sa optimal or optimum cross-sectional shapes. Madalas, ginagamit na lang natin is yung diamond foil. But, ano ba talaga yung pwede natin mapakinabangan? So, ito is nasa Aeroday 1 na. Review na lang ulit. So, moving the point of maximum thickness forward or aft changes the lift curve slope. Likewise, making the sectional shape unsymmetrical naman, such as adding camber, does not affect the lift curve slope, but displaces it. So, hindi siya zero at angle of attack. Ngayon, the drag coefficient is the function of the sum of the squares of the leading and trailing edge semi-wedge angle, and is minimum when symmetrical. So nagkakaroon ka ng pamimilian. Anong gusto mong mangyari? So, unsymmetrical ba para ma-displace natin at zero angle of attack? Or gawin mong symmetrical para sa minimum drag? Where drag increase in fore and aft asymmetry is greater than the lift increase. So, ang mas pinapaboran natin ay yung completely symmetrical. Masyadong malaki yung losses natin when magiging asymmetric just for a zero lift angle of attack. So, ang gusto talaga natin for supersonic is minimum drag. So, in conclusion, ang theoretical natin is the pinaka-symmetrical. So, ano yung pinaka-optimum contour na pwede natin? It's either the double wedge, the biconvex or double circular arc, and the modified double wedge. So, may mga kanya-kanyang advantage and disadvantage yan. So, ngayon, isa-isahin natin yun mamaya. So, the form drag is expressed in the function of ito. Now, for the double wedge type of cross-section is optimum shape. Double wedge. Because it has the least drag for given thickness. However, strength must be considered because those sharp points are stress points. Ito yung double wedge. Tandaan nyo, ang bintana ng eroplano ay hindi rectangular or square. Wala siyang corner. Siya ay pa-oblong. Kasi stress points ang mga corner. Kaya, pinapaboran din is yung mga pabilog or mga oval shapes, mga ellipse. Now, ano yung isang shape na pwede? Na symmetrical din. So, meron, same ng itsura sa double wedge, but has given a room for allowable stress. Where the net result is yung drag is less than those of the double wedge airfoil. So, ano yun? So, for now, ito yung optimal natin. It's the diamond airfoil. Kaya yun din yung ginagamit sa logo ng SAEP. Diamond airfoil yun. So ngayon, um, ano yung isa pa na kailangan, na pwede natin gamitin? The optimum another optimum is the biconvex form. So from the standpoint of drag per unit strength, the biconvex type may be considered to be optimum practical airfoil cross-sectional shape to give the least drag per unit stress. So magkaiba sila ng metrics. Yung double wedge is least drag for given thickness and yung biconvex naman which is ito, yung biconvex is anong ratio naman? Drag per unit strength. So ang sukatan ng ah, double wedge ay kapal pero ang sukatan naman pagdating sa biconvex ay not kapal pala, kapal or nipis, and dito naman ay strength. So, kung gusto mong mas manipis na design, mag-opt ka for a double wedge airfoil. But if you want it to be stronger, syempre, ipipiliin mo is yung biconvex. Nakadepende na lang siya sa application. So, sample problems, kita naman na dito yan. Same with moment and center of pressure. Now, Adolf Bussmann is a German scientist which has contributed to the field of supersonic aerodynamics. Same with Jacob Ackeret. Pero dito, kay Adolf Boseman, is yung kanyang mga studies with regards to the supersonic airfoils. So, dito tayo sa mga practice problems na to. Now, two airfoils of different cross-sectional shape but with the same value of cross-sectional area divided by the chord squared will have the same moment coefficient and center of pressure location in percentage of chord length. So magkaibang shape. Pero ano lang yung dapat parehas? It's the area over the chord. Itong A over C. So, regardless of sizing, ito yung tinatawag natin na sizing optimization. Regardless of size, as long as yung, and even itsura, basta yung area niya, divide by the chord squared is parehas, magiging parehas yung moment coefficient nila. So, this theory indicates that the center pressure does not vary with angle of attack. Kaya nga hindi din natin siya concerned to begin with. Bakit mo pa aalalahanin yung lift increase at yung angle of attack increase? Ang gusto nating mangyari sa supersonic, minimum drag. So, ito yung mga problems na pwede nyong gamitin. And again, ito yung mga references. Thank you.